Snoop Dogg's wife, children, age, house, cars, net worth, and more. Snoop Dogg is an American rapper, record producer, and actor. His initial fame dates back to 1992 following his guest appearance on Dr. Dre's debut solo single, Deep Cover, and later on Dre's debut album, The Chronic that same year. Born, October 20, 1971, age 52 years, Long Beach, California. Spouse, Shantae Broaddus, M. 1997. Full name, Calvin Cortazar Broaddus Jr. Children, Cordell Broaddus, Julian Corey Broaddus, Corey Broaddus, Cord Broaddus. Snoop Dogg net worth $160 million. Early life. Calvin Cortazar Broaddus Jr. was born on October 20, 1971, in Long Beach, California, to Beverly Tate and Vernell Varnado. Varnado, who was a Vietnam War veteran, singer, and mail carrier, left the family only 3 months after Broaddus' birth, and thus he was named after his stepfather, Calvin Cortazar Broaddus Sr., 1948 to 1984. His biological father remained largely absent from his life. As a boy, his mother nicknamed him Snoopy due to his love and likeness of the cartoon character from Peanuts. He was the second of his mother's 3 sons. His mother and stepfather divorced in 1975. Broaddus was raised Baptist and began singing and playing piano at Golgotha Trinity Baptist Church when he was very young. His mother, a member of the church choir, was one of his prime musical influences growing up and introduced him to old-school R&B music. In his youth, Broaddus sold candy, delivered newspapers, and bagged groceries. Broaddus was described as having been a dedicated student and enthusiastic churchgoer, active in choir and football. Despite his mother's preventative efforts, Broaddus began engaging in unlawful activities and joining gangs in his teenage years. He was a member of the Rollin' Twenties Crips gang in the East Side neighborhood of Long Beach. In 1993, however, he denied the frequent police and media reports by saying that he never joined a gang. Shortly after graduating from Long Beach Polytechnic High School in 1989, he was arrested for possession of cocaine, and for the next 3 years, was frequently incarcerated, including at Wayside Jail. With his 2 cousins, Nate Dogg and Lil One Half Dead, and friend Warren G., he recorded homemade tapes. The 4 called their group 213 after the area code of their native Long Beach at that time. One of Snoop's early solo freestyles over Hold On by En Vogue was on a mixtape that fortuitously wound up with Dr. Dre. The influential producer was so impressed by the sample that he called Snoop to audition in 1991 for his label Death Row Records, then known as Future Shock. Former NWA affiliate, American rapper Tracy Lynn Curry, better known as the DOC, taught him to structure his lyrics and separate the themes into verses, hooks, and choruses. Music career. 1991 to 1997, Death Row, Doggy Style, and The Dogfather. When he began recording, Broaddus took the stage name Snoop Doggy Dogg. He was introduced to Dr. Dre by Warren G., who gave him Broaddus's cassette tape. Broaddus then signed with Dre's label, Future Shock Records, which later became known as Death Row Records. Dr. Dre began working with him, first on the theme song of the 1992 film Deep Cover and then on Dr. Dre's debut solo album The Chronic along with the other members of his former starting group, the Dogg Pound. This intense exposure played a considerable part in making Snoop Dogg's debut album, Doggy Style, the critical and commercial success that it was. Fueling the ascendance of West Coast G-Funk hip-hop, the singles Who Am I, What's My Name, and Gin and Juice reached the top 10 most played songs in the United States, and the album stayed on the Billboard charts for several months. Gangsta rap became the center of arguments about censorship and labeling, with Snoop Dogg often used as an example of violent and misogynistic musicians. Unlike much of the harder-edged gangsta rap artists, Snoop Dogg seemed to show his softer side, according to music journalist Chuck Phillips. Rolling Stone music critic Teray asserted that Snoop had a relatively soft vocal delivery compared to other rappers. Snoop's vocal style is part of what distinguishes him, where many rappers scream, figuratively and literally, he speaks softly. Doggy Style, much like The Chronic, featured a host of rappers signed to or affiliated with the Death Row label, including Daz Dillinger, Corrupt, Nate Dogg, and others. In 1993, Broaddus was charged with first-degree murder for the shooting of a member of a rival gang who was actually killed by Snoop's bodyguard. Broaddus was acquitted on February 20, 1996. According to Broaddus, after he was acquitted he did not want to continue living the gangsta lifestyle, because he felt that continuing his behavior would result in his assassination or a prison term. A short film about Snoop Dogg's murder trial, Murder Was the Case, was released in 1994, along with an accompanying soundtrack. On July 6, 1995, Doggy Style Records Incorporated, a record label founded by Snoop Dogg, was registered with the California Secretary of State as business entity number C1923139. After his acquittal, Snoop and the mother of his son along with their kennel of 20 pit bulls moved into a 5,000 square foot, 460 square meters, home in the hills of Claremont, California, and by August 1996 Doggy Style Records, a subsidiary of Death Row Records, signed the Gap band Charlie Wilson as one of its first artists. He collaborated with fellow rap artist Tupac Shakur on the 1996 single Two of America's Most Wanted. This was one of Shakur's last songs released while alive. He was shot on September 7, 1996, in Las Vegas, dying 6 days later. Personal life. Snoop Dogg in August 2009. Snoop married his high school sweetheart, Shantae Taylor, on June 14, 1997. On May 21, 2004, he filed for divorce from Taylor, citing irreconcilable differences. However, the couple renewed vows on January 12, 2008. They have 3 children together, sons Cord, born August 21, 1994, and Cordell, born February 21, 1997, who quit football to pursue a career as a filmmaker, and daughter Corey, born June 22, 1999. Snoop also has a son from a relationship with Lori Holmond, Julian Corey Broaddus, born 1998. He is the first cousin of NJPW professional wrestler Mercedes Moné, as well as the fellow 213 member Nathaniel Hale, known professionally as Nate Dogg, who died of congestive heart failure on March 15, 2011. He has also claimed he is a cousin of R&B singers Brandy and Ray J, though Brandy stated she is unsure if they are actually related. In 2015, Snoop became a grandfather, as his eldest son, Cord Broaddus, had a son with his girlfriend, Jessica Kaiser. Cord had another son, who died on September 25, 2019, 10 days after birth. On October 24, 2021, Snoop's mother, Beverly Tate, died. Snoop claimed in a 2006 interview with Rolling Stone magazine that unlike other hip-hop artists who had superficially adopted the pimp persona, he was an actual professional pimp in 2003 and 2004, saying, "That shit was my natural calling, and once I got involved with it, it became fun. It was like shootin' layups for me. I was making M every time." On February 16, 2024, Snoop's brother, Bing Worthington, died at the age of 44.